Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to explain about the lambda in the Python, and in my previous video I explained about the functions. Now let's understand what is lambda in Python. A lambda function is a small anonymous function. So what is meant by anonymous? Anonymous is nothing but it's like unknown names which is unknown. So simply the general meaning is unknown. So the lambda function is also is a anonymous function. So means what? Function without the name. So they will be having some function but will not have some name. Name is not there in the function. So that type of functions are known as lambda functions. It is known as anonymous functions. The lambda functions are known as anonymous functions. What are the anonymous functions? The functions without the name. Remember, a lambda function can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression. So in my previous video when I'm explaining with the functions, I explain you about the arbitrary argument. What is arbitrary argument? So when we don't know how many arguments have to be passed to the function, we'll be using this arbitrary argument. So when we don't know how many arguments we want to pass, at the time we'll be using this. So similarly, in this also, we can take any number of the arguments. How many arguments we want, we can take that many arguments. But for that arguments, it should have only one single expression. So only the one expression should be there. For the one expression, we can take as many arguments we want. Yes or no? I'll be explaining you practically so that you can understand more clearly. This is the point. Yes or no? So this is the syntax for the lambda function. What is the syntax? So lambda keyword. This is the lambda built-in keyword and the arguments which we want to pass, and colon, and the expression which we have. For this expression, the arguments should be placed over here. So this is the syntax. I will be showing you practically. So this is the function implementation. So this is the function definition and this is the function call. To represent the function, we'll be using in this way. Yes or no? Now, how to use the lambda function? Let's see. Let's try lambda function with the same example. Okay. So what is the syntax for this lambda function? So first, lambda keyword we have to keep. After the lambda keyword, next one is arguments. So what are the arguments over here? A and the B. So A comma B. Okay. After A comma B, we have to mention the colon. Then the expression. So we have to keep the expression. What is the expression over here? A plus B. Yes, this is the expression, which is A plus B is the expression. Okay, this is the lambda function syntax. Yes or no? This is syntax. Okay, we'll be keeping this thing in a one method, which is add. Yes or no? We kept whole code in a one line. See the difference between the function representation and lambda function representation. In the function representation, we have to write in a 3 lines, but by using the lambda function, we wrote the 3 lines of the code in a one line itself. So this is the beauty of the lambda expression. Okay. So now it's simple. We'll be trying to print this add method. Add, we can mention the same 1 comma 6 over here. Simple. We'll be getting the result, which is 7. So which is the easy? This lambda expression. This lambda function is easy because we can complete this lambda expression within 1-2 lines. But by using the function, we have to first define the function and we have to call the function. We have to see the parameters, arguments. We have to see many things. We'll be having so many things we have to look after when we are implementing the function. But in the lambda expression, if you know the syntax and the logic, it is very simple. Yes or no? So this is the representation of lambda expression or lambda function. So this add is a method. Yes or no? So this is also, it's a method. Here also it's add is a method. And lambda is a keyword. It's built-in keyword. And A comma B are the parameters. Yes or no? Parameters are arguments. Then this is the expression. So what the expression we have to mention what is the main logic. So this is the expression, or we can say some condition also. And this is the arguments, what we have to pass the values for the parameter. Yes or no? This is a simple code. Yes or no? Look at here this example. So we have lambda, and this is the parameter which is a, and this expression, what is this expression? A plus 10. For the a we have to add the 10. So this thing we are storing this whole thing in the x variable, which is a method, and we are trying to print x of 5. So what will be the answer? Look at here, the 15, because the a is equals to 5. So the value of a is 5. Yes or no? To write this thing in a normal function representation, let's see how it will be. So this is the function representation. So we are using the def keyword and add method, and we are writing the parameter which we have to pass, which is a, and trying to print that a with the 10. What is the value of a? Which is 5. So we are writing in this way. We can write in this way or in this way also. We'll be getting the same result. Yes or no? If we try with this also, we'll get 15 only. If we use by lambda function also, we'll get 15 only. So as your wish, you can use that or this method. Okay, you can try with that approach or this approach. Depends upon you. And this is one more example. So we take the parameters as a and b, and the expression is we have to multiply the both parameters which are a and b. So the parameters values are 5 and 6. We get 6 into 5, which is 30. So now we can try in this way many exercises. Not only 2, we can even use more than 2 also, like 3 parameters also we can take, like a, b and c. If you want to add a plus b plus c also, it is possible. So we can take any number of arguments. We can take any number of arguments, but the expression should be only one. So they should be having only one expression, one condition, but the parameters and the arguments can be our wish. Next point, the power of lambda is better shown when you use them as an anonymous function inside another function. So means what is here, we can use this lambda function inside the function also. So I will be showing this thing in the practically. So look at here. Let's take a normal function definition, which is def, and we'll take some method name is which is func. Yes one. And the parameter will be taking like normal, and only one parameter will be trying with one parameter. And now if we want to return the lambda expression, so what is the first syntax for the lambda expression? So we have to use the lambda keyword, and we have to mention the parameters. So let's take the parameter as a, and the colon, and the expression we have to keep. So we'll be keeping like expression like a into n. So this is the lambda function syntax. Yes or no? So we can keep this syntax directly here inside the function itself. So we can directly return this function, lambda function, inside the function itself. So in this way we can use this lambda inside the main function definition. Okay, now let's try to print this thing. Okay, after defining the function, what is the next step? We have to call the function. So for the calling, we have to pass some arguments. So we'll be passing some arguments like 2. Okay, and we'll be trying to print this thing. So to print this thing, we have to keep print. Yes or no? Look at here. So func of 2. So 2 is the n value. Yes or no? N equals to 2. Don't get confusion. So this func of 2. So 2 is equals to n. But we have to mention the a value also, no? Yes or no? So for that, we have to keep this function, which the function call in the x variable, and we'll be try to print this x in the 11. So this 11 is nothing but a value. Yes or no? This a is nothing but a is equals to 11. Then they are saying a into n. So a is 11, n is 2, which is 11 into 2, which is 22. So we are getting the 22 as a result. Don't get any confusion. Once again, I will be explaining you. don't worry. So suppose, look at here now. Yeah, this is normal function definition, which is the syntax is def keyword and the function name, which is func, and the parameter we are using is n. Okay, after defining the function, it is mandatory to call the function itself. So the what is the function name, which is func, yeah, func, and we have to pass some value to the parameter, which is 2. S. Okay, till here clear. Now we can take the lambda function inside this function. So we can use the written value also in the function. When I am explaining the function concept, I explain you. So we can use the written also in the function. So yes, we'll be taking the written. So if we take the written, then what we want to written? The lambda. Yes or no? We want to written the lambda, which take some I. Yeah, I colon I double star, and we can take this also. It's like a par. Yes or no? Double star also we can take, or we can take the single star also, or anything we can take. Yes or no? So I star, and this is the expression. Okay. Now, so what? How to written this lambda value? So this 2 is equals to n. Now we have to mention the I value also, no, to written this expression. Now we can print this thing as x, which is this called value, which is the called function have stored, the called function value is stored in the x. Yes or no? So which is n equals to 2. That n equals to 2 is stored in the variable x. So for this x, we have to call the I value, which is, we'll take 30. Yes or no? 30. So the 30 is the value of I. Now 30 into 2. The answer will be getting. Yes or no? The 60. 30 into 2 is 60. So in this way also we can use this lambda expression in the function itself. So in this way also we can try the lambda. So we'll be getting the same result by using the function and the lambda function also. But by using the lambda function, the time will be saved. So we can write the whole code in a single line. So that is the difference. Okay, we can use anything. But in this way also we can use inside the function, we can use the lambda function also, but you have to be somewhat careful what is the parameter value and what is a lambda expression value. So you have to be somewhat think. Yes or no? If you understand the main logic, you can write the codes. Yes or no? That's it about this lambda, and thanks for watching. Let's meet in next video.